First of all, I have to repeat a little bit what I said at the Chag HaSmicha. I want to explain a little myself. I try to explain this morning in my Shiur here, but I want to explain it again. Somebody liked to compare of Yosef, of Yaakov Avinu, that in a positive way, only a good way, that you have sheep and you have the white sheep, and you have those that are speckled. No, doesn't explain it. We'll explain it. And Rabbi Goldstein picks up these speckled sheep and he makes some speckled sheep nice sheep. And this I want to make a machor. I try to explain it to this is not the source. Maybe people think that way. We think how we are looked at in the world as speckled, and therefore the mela, anybody who's speckled comes to our Tziyon, and the kids will turn out speckled, speckled kids, and speckled all these problems. I explained that. It's handed down from my Rosh Yeshiva, who got it from his father, that when a person came to America, they thought the guy is already dead, they can say Kaddish. America means you get ruined. Anybody left Europe to America was just ruined, gone, finished. What? Okay. They would say Kaddish. They gave smicha to people that maybe will save them from being ruined in the world. Torah V'das picked up the same idea and held that from American boys, there'll never be Talmidei Chachamim, there'll be Balabatim. He made Balabatim. Torah V'das held there'll never be, American boy can never be a Lamnin. They already preconceived the expectations and they had the belief and the perception that American guy never be a Lamnin. Chaim Berlin held they can't be Lamdonim, but they need a Rebbe, Talmud relation all their life in order to keep them in line to learn a little Torah. Rav Aaron Kotler held these guys, nothing will happen to them. They just got to keep learning Torah, and somehow the magic of Torah will protect them, take care, and they'll learn the Keilah, learn. They have just Torah, and somehow, mystically, magically, something will happen. Okay. Tells Yeshiva held the same story. Learn a little Torah, this and that. But anybody in America is azuv and gone and finished. Came my Rosh Yeshiva's father, Rav David, and he said, no, American boys will come from them Lamdonim. And they're Lamdonim, therefore the only yeshiva was accepted by the Orthodox and the old rabbis in the United States and Canada. The organization is only from Chofetz Chaim Yeshiva, not from Chaim Berlin, not from Torah V'das, not from Tel Yeshiva. Only Chofetz Chaim they accepted. They had 3 rabbis that were tested and became. So we try to explain what was the difference of the look of my Rosh Yeshiva's father and the Rosh Yeshivas. How did they look differently? What was the look? And Rosh Yeshiva gave an example all the time about, I explained it many times and again, of his mother. His mother was in the hospital. And she had diabetes. And she got gangrene. So the doctor said, she had gangrene. The doctor said, this is the Mount Sinai hospital, a big hospital in New York, top man. He has to amputate the foot. Doesn't amputate the foot, she'll die. Mother, he'll die, well, she knows it. You got to go to get another advice, another opinion. But how can he? He's the head of the hospital. The head of the hospital, this division, said it. So he finds out who's the world expert in the field. Goes to the guy and begs him to come. His father, you want to see. He has to apologize to the guy. He brings him in. Brings the other big man in. I tell the story over again. It's the same story, maybe. Looks at it and says, "Listen, within a week or 8 days or 10 days, well, he's going to get better." Now he has a problem. His local doctor says the head of the department holds what? That got to amputate. If not, the mother dies. And the other doctor says it's going to get better. What's he going to do? So he goes to the big doctor of the Mount Sinai hospital. He says, "Listen," what to me? He says, "Look." He pulls out a book. He says, "Look, you see, I read the same book. I went to the same school. It says here, if it looks like this and it looks like that and like that, you see it says gangrene, amputate. See the book? Don't know what to do. And he said, this is what it is. I read the book. I see the foot. I see that. That's what it has to be. And I was with the Rosh Yeshiva. So we now don't know what to do. He said, I said, listen, go to the doctor. How am I going to die? I said, look, you got to go. So you want to sit at a doctor? I didn't go into the doctor. I was in the car. He talked to the doctor. He said, so what did he say to him? New circumstances. There was a change in the condition of his mother, and he wants to make sure that maybe it's for the better, not for the worse. You should come and check it again. He brings the big doctor. This takes a day or two, Brings the big doctor again. He looks at it, and he howls at Mershia. I told you that in so many days it's going to get better. What do you want? Doesn't know what to do. And we're in the hospital talking back. Meanwhile, it's already 3-4 days, 5 days go by. And meanwhile, don't know what to do. And meanwhile, the mother had a new complication because she's in the hospital. Usually other diseases come around. In for one thing, you get something else. She got heart of the arteries there, and they had other problems there, and she died of what? Not of gangrene. Exactly to the day the gangrene got better. She died of hardening of the arteries. But gangrene was better. So he asked the kasha, what's the difference between A and B? No. She says that's the eye of a lamdin. There's a balabas. The balabas sees it one way. What's the difference between my Rosh Yeshiva's father seeing the American person? There's a question, what do you look at? Do you look at the outside and say there, really this guy is speckled and this guy is white? Or you look into the inside. When Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, what schus is Klal Yisrael going to have to go out of Egypt? What schus? So we brought down that Moshe Rabbeinu had, according to Chazal, we come in and go out, he had schus atzmo. He even had schus atzmo there. But what's their schus? So Hashem says only one schus. The schus of Torah will come out of Egypt and they'll get the Torah. So even though right now, Basher Husham, they don't deserve it. But Basher Husham works only when it's always, in other words, if later on is going to be bad, so right now, Basher who's good, we go after the good of the now. But if the future will be good, so even though right now is not so good, we take the future and bring it to the now. Again, when you say Basher Husham, when later on is bad, so God is merciful when it's bad. So we don't say the bad later comes now. What do we say? We say Basher Husham. Because God wants to save him for now. Right now, he's going to hide tomorrow. Tomorrow's tomorrow. He's going to kill the Jews and be bad. Tomorrow's tomorrow, Basher Husham. But if right now he's not so good, but tomorrow he will be good, so that's the future. We bring the future into the now. That's exactly, even right now then, Mem Teshari Tumeh, Klal Yisrael. But the future, that they're going to get the Torah, is a schus for them to go out of Egypt, even the Mem Teshari Tumeh. So we have now, the question is, how do you look at this person, Mem Teshari Tumeh? Does Hashem look at it and say, he's a Mem Teshari Tumeh? Or how does he look at it? He's speckled? When he says no. That this neshama, when you have two people, this neshama is a tar. This is a lamdin. He's a potential lamdin. He just needs to work it out. He needs to get out of the tumadika way and go into the Torah way. That's all. It's only a matter. It's only a matter of education or training or change of matzah, whatever it may be. But how does he look at him? He's a bum. Does he look down at them? Does Moshe Rabbeinu say, I got to help those Tumadika Memtes Tara Tumadika Jews and get them out of there? Or you say, no, these are holy spiritual bodies. These are Neshama Taharas. And they have a schus and they got to get schus hatar. And he holds like a precious diamond, a precious jewel. So this is what Yeshiva Fire. These are precious jewels. Every neshama, they can be lamdonim. And they're going to, and Chofetz Chaim Shiur produce lamdonim in people and help change the face of Torah in all America. In the sense of the attitude and the way of doing it. Through the Mussar way also. The same thing that the Yeshiva we started. I even asked a fellow, how can we have it in a place? It's only drug addicts, only people, only women. And then guys are learning Torah, they're coming out. You see the kids, at the end they're learning Torah. At the end we have, we have a few dropouts, but basically, but then the people learning Torah, people are healthy. How can it be such a situation? What's happening? There's a contradiction. The answer is no. Because the original position always was Achvat Rak Torah. We said we are Gedolim. To become, I always brought down the Birch HaShmuel. Everybody has to demand there'll be a Gadol B'Yisrael and Marbitz Torah B'Yisrael. That's the whole beginning, middle, and end. And then we never changed my policy. I never looked down on a guy. All the other yeshivas here say, they said, we, the Frum, have to help these poor, underdog people to help them out. And therefore, we're lucky they put on tefillin, tzitzis. We make them a little religious. We make them to learn. Maybe they'll go to Mir Yeshiva and they'll go to the kollel, and that will happen over there. Or whatever it may be. We'll keep them going. But did they ever think, originally when they started, that from Zola will come Yokar, that these are potential, will Talmidei Chachamim? Rabbi Frank said, from Hartzion will come Gedolei Torah. Why? Because the Mabat of how to look at a Jew. When Moshe Rabbeinu talked bad about Klal Yisrael, that they are that they're Mordim, that the Jewish people are bad, Hashem hollered at him. When Eliyahu talked bad about Klal Hashem, what do you mean? These are bums. How can you say? What's the Mabat of Eliyahu Aviyah, or should be? You gotta say these are holy neshamas. Not because they're faking themselves out. And they're fooling and don't look at the reality and don't see the reality. They see the reality. They know the reality. But they also know the potential. They also see it in the positive and the good. And that's the Diaspora Yeshiva. It's the positive, happy, growth situation. The only thing is, we have our problems with the world, but that will be straightened out soon. With the help of Hashem. Now I wanted to get to this piece here, which I wasn't zocher to explain. I explained a little bit, but I want to explain it. Oh, I added one more piece. Once before we get to there, I added another piece of the Chagas that in order to be a leader, according to the Chumash, according to Rashi, he had to have somebody, Elokei Aruchos. What is Ruchos? That you have to be able to handle all types of people. You have to be sovel all types of people. Now that's a very hard time. When you look at leadership, you say, I can only handle, people criticize me, but I'm not talking bad about nobody. I can't say what I want to say. But I can't handle only type A type of people or type B people. Not true. A Talmid Chacham can handle everybody. Everybody. I can only tell over the story. He's not here now. We went to see my Moshe Feinstein. And you tell Moshe Feinstein everything in the world. You can tell him all kinds of stories. Any story you want. You can tell him all the worst problems in the world that you can think of. Gambling and crooked and anything you want. You tell a gadol, yes, tell him the story, whatever you want, and he tells you the answer. Does he look down at you because you tell him stories? No. He's a halacha man, he tells you, and he wants to help you. He's a sweet Jew, wants to help you. He prays for you. He cares about you. He wants you to elevate. He wants to help you from your tsar. What did Avad Yosef say? Of the Akiva Eiger, that's the whole tachlis is to help Klal Yisrael. The whole purpose is Klal Yisrael. To care about Klal Yisrael, remove the tsar of Klal Yisrael. Does he look down at the person and have any problems? So when you have all types of people, so you're serving all types of people. That's a manig. You can't say, well, these are down people, I look down upon them, and these people I look up to, and these are the in society, is the bad society, and these are the Rishon, Tzaddikim. There's halachas, how you look at Russia. You look at Russia one way, Tzaddik another way, but yeah, there are Jews another way. There's all kinds of halachas, but there's no personality there. There's no opinions. There's no ideas like that. It's Klal Yisrael. You love every Jew. You care about every Jew. You're Moshe Nefesh, you're Matriach for every Jew. So you have all these types of people, And it says that Yoshua was this one that took care of these types of people. All the time, you have to be saved every month. Person that can't be saved can't be a man. I always say, if you can't change diapers, you can't have children. You can't expect, I'll be the boss, and I'll have the slaves, and then they'll do the dirty work, and I'll get all. If you can't do the basic dirty work, you can't have it. In any business, if you can't go do the factory work, the beginning to the end, you can't run a business. Whatever your business is, I don't know whatever it is. So therefore, there's a need for caring about each individual in Klal Yisrael, whatever it is. And not this type of, that's fine. No problem, fine. Now we get to this piece. Here we have a story of Eliyahu Navi is disappearing, and Elisha once takes over and asks him for Pishnayim. Asks him for Pishnayim. The question: what is the dusiyah between them? First of all, Nevuah, it's not up to Eliyahu to give him Nevuah. Up to Hashem. And people, there are other Nevi'im that work to be a Navi. We bring down Messina Sharm, that the hearers reach to the Kiyas preaches that, and it goes to Nevuah at the end. You get, there's a way of, they went to schools to have Nevuah school. In those days, there were 50 Nevi'im who told Elisha that Eliyahu was going to die. Except those Nevi'im were what? For the time, not for Doros. And Elisha and Eliyahu were for Doros. And they're written in the Doros. The other ones were not in Doros. So there had to be a different quality of a Navi. So yes, for Pishnayim. Okay. Now, remember, Eliyahu is disappearing. Elisha is going to remain alone. He wants to get a bracha or somehow to pass over the smicha from one to the other, and how it's going to go. So let's look at the page. Here's the final page of the slide. This is on page Mem Dalet, the last page, on the other side, Mem Dalet. Soif Davar, that paragraph. Soif Davar. There's a lot to read here, by the way, on relationship between Rebbe and Talmud. And I don't want to get involved in that a little bit. He brings down like a Talmud is like bringing snow to the day when they cut the cuts here, and everybody's happy, but it's so hot. So they can't enjoy the fruits of their labor, and therefore this Talmud brings the snow at that time to cool everybody down, and they can enjoy the fruits of the labor of the cuts of getting the harvest. Anyway, goes into many parts. Soif Davar. HaChocham Hera Sharav HaTalmud Hashlemin Yenu Zemizet. It's a symbiotic relationship. Harav Noisin Ein of the Hoyle Talmud. HaTalmud Some Tzniba Lahatik Concern around. The purpose is to do the will of the rabbi. V'choleisha Talmud Al Derech Zeh. Shlei Mussar Hoyle for Bergo Batzman. When he does that, not that he remains attached to the leg or they're attached, but the child grows on its own. It's like the child becomes greater and stronger on its own. Not that the child now becomes more leaning on the Rebbe, and the Rebbe holds on to the strings of the Talmud. As the Talmud grows, he gets growing more and more. It doesn't last later, but the relationship is still in different ways to help. When a little baby is small, the body it can get bigger, doesn't grow. The body has to prepare the food. Later on, he needs the parents to make sure he eats the healthy food. And later on, he has to make sure that he's good. Like balance. There's all kinds of relationship. It doesn't stop. Except it stops because as the child grows, it goes to another stage that is needed. That is Talmud or father and the child. Not that true. Avo ain't no local, ain't no man, that's the other. The only thing that person finds something to each other. Now they get even Shalisha, Mama, the evil people. That's another trick that it says that if you listen to the rabbi, any rabbi, and you feel it's like Mihar Sinai, that the words are valuable, as much value you put to the words, it's as if you hear it from Hashem and Har Sinai. If you put that value to it, Hashem makes it better. No matter who it is. Because the method of spreading the Torah is Moshe Rabbeinu gave us the Torah. Hashem gave the Torah to Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe Rabbeinu gave us the Torah because we didn't want to get the rest of the Torah. We were afraid. So therefore, the way of getting the Torah is that we put value on Moshe Rabbeinu's words as if we heard it from Hashem, and then Hashem makes as if we heard it from him. That's the system. That's the structure. So therefore, it'll come out that if the Talmud feels that he has now a tremendous need to study, a tremendous need for more Torah, but there's nowhere to get it, because this Rebbe is gone. This Rebbe was gone. There's no other way of doing it. So the way he was doing it, he says, by doing what I did, by getting a Talmud and spreading it. So if you do that, so because of the formula of the chisoron you have, the value you put onto it, the real value, so then by doing the process of it, which is a purpose of a Novi, is to spread Nevuah to Klal Yisrael, for their benefit, not for your own benefit, that what you're going to gain, what you're learning, you're a great man, and you're a Kohen, and you're the Talmud Chacham. But really, the purpose of the Chachma is to bring more Hashem into the world, more Torah into the world, more Kiddush Hashem and more holiness into the world, more Shleimus into the world. So then automatically, somehow, Hashem will give you that double wisdom that you'll want, and you'll be able to help Klal Yisrael. So what I really wanted to say was that when I always say it's the beginning, say, Rabbi, where's the end? The beginning is, why is it the beginning, guys? It's not the beginning. It's the beginning that you understand the method, the derech halimud. The derech halimud is to know the value. When you already got smicha, now you know the value of Yisavata. You know the value of learning. So what should be? You should now want to chazer it and know it and go deeper and go into more mafarshin. You want to know all the prima guddins now. You want to know all the chavas das now. You're not satisfied with the Beit Shmuel and the Shach and the Taz. You want to know the prima guddins now, and you want to be tested on the prima guddins and the chavas das and rakiva eges now. You're not satisfied with that smicha. You want a better smicha. How's that sound? You found the great happiness and joy of learning halacha, the joy of learning Torah. Now you say there's no Rebbe, what am I going to do? I say there's no Rebbe who's going to teach you prima guddin. There's no person teach you prima guddins and how. So you got to say that you'll grab your chabura together, you know, prima guddin and start growing with it more. If there's nobody there, you got to teach yourself or teach others. Because the whole task of the Torah, not only yourself, but to teaching others. You're learning the smicha in order to help Klal Yisrael. The Shaila come to you, that you be able to pass it to help who? That you're smart, you get a degree and get a position, or to do what with your chachma? The purpose of chachma is to teach you. The schus of Klal Yisrael is the schus that's there. And why did Hashem keep in a position to be able to come to the desire to come to Dash Shiur in order to put all the kaiches? You look, look, I'm now, the heck with those guys, I'm now. No, the same story is, you grab guys, it could be any age, it could be from 0 to 100, makes no difference. And again, elevate them to a higher level. That's also, tell everybody to a higher level, each one to his level. X, and you get higher, and what? That's when you look in the older age. What do you see the Vilna doing? What is the Vilna going to do at his age? He teaches Aleph Beis to something. How can a Vilna teach Aleph Beis? Is it Risus HaKavod? So one time they tell a story. It's in the Chofetz Chaim Al Torah that they saw some big rabbi teaching a kid Aleph Beis. He said, it must be some big Godel's child. You know what I mean? What's to help him? He says, no, he doesn't even know the kid's name. It's not. You want to teach Reuven and Shimon, the big people. Your job is to teach spread Torah in the world. The guy that did Torah 400 times, taught the guy 400 times. What's the pshat? He wanted the Torah to be one in the world. You have to understand the message, gentlemen. The message, the purpose of the Torah is to spread it into the world. Well, now you've spread in the world, Rabbi, I'm ready to leave the yeshiva. Okay, good. Those want to leave it. That's not the point. When you have to know, now you know the value of Torah. You reach your money. Now you know the value in it. So you should learn 20 times more. And you want to teach Torah 50 times more. And it's not for position. It's not for, I want to be and I got to have and now I'm Rosh Yeshiva, a job. That's not the way. No. And you read the life history of all the Gedolim. They know what he wanted to leave the base medrash. They were forced to financially. That a matzah where they had kids, they were forced to go. They'll usually read the stories that their shved promised them money, and then the house burned down, and this burned down there. They were forced to go out to work, and they had to leave. Nobody's running for Gedula, except by Americans, you know, they run for Gedula. But all the other things, nobody runs. Everyone wants to be in the base medrash, Shifti Veshem Kol Yemei Chayai. They go out, they got to go out, the right time, the right place, you know what I mean? And they're forced, what they're going to do. Because they have anova. You ever hear that word, anybody? Hana means there's still a base kibul to receive. And when it overflows, that's you want to Pishnayim. When it overflows, and he has tsar, he needs to give it out, so Hashem finds the job. That's the story. It's not that Rabbi goes as a tzarai and he wants to hold the guys for 50 years. It's a feather in my cap. People will teach Torah and will go out and marble Torah. I want people to be Gedolei Torah. And I'm building for Gedolei Torah. And don't think otherwise. It's a beginning. And I have all these Tanoim. Why they're Tanoim? Because how can you be a Rav without knowing those things? I mean, it's a busha if you don't know those things. Anyway, that's really what I wanted to say. I didn't say it. I wanted to say a few other little things. I didn't say it. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. And Yagdil Terviyadi. I just want to say one more thing I have to say, Rabbi. I really feel bad. I must tell you the truth. I was misinformed. I got to tell you the honest. I must tell you the Rabbi. I have to apologize to Chaim Trapper, Rabbi, because in the actual smicha when it came out, I have to tell you what happened. Bakshi Daron, when he gave the smicha of those that passed the exam, he agreed that he gives it carte blanche without any tanoim. There was 100%. The full-time rabbis, full-time rabbis, Rabbi Yosef signed that way, and Derry and I signed that way. When they got to Rav Lau, he refused to sign it unless they added a few words in the smicha for those guys. Now, what does it mean legally or not? I don't know. But when I got the information, I heard it from them that they're giving it full-fledged and you don't have to take other examinations. That's how I understood. When it came to Rav Lau, he added the words Vahilchos Hanal. What does it mean? Whatever he wanted to protect, he wouldn't sign otherwise. But so the kasha was, do I erase it? Because rove people there agreed that it's for everything. But he didn't want it. Or not. That was at least you have one guy who was all, the other guy not. That was the problem. Anyway, I only found out about, tell you the truth, I only recognized it afterwards. The other ones got carte blanche, which means the following. I'm talking to you, Chaim. Is it for the knowledge or the person? Okay? This is the kasha. Knowledge. The way I understood it was for the people. And that's how Avad Yosef, and that's how Bakshi Daron, and that's how Mashash and Derry looked at it. On the person that this person is on. The way Rav Lau wanted to magdir it, whatever reason it is, he limited it. Now what does it mean limited legally? I don't know yet. That they have to get involved with. That's the true story. I really feel bad. I don't know the legal aspect of it totally, but it's not exactly, I don't want to think people, I fooled people, I said anything. I'm an honest guy. I only heard about it. I only got the chap this morning, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't understand it until I got the chap this morning when I looked at it again. What it said. I mean, I'm excited, I'm moving, and I heard words from here, there. So, whatever it is, and I don't want to fool nobody or say, so I said something that's not right. We'll find out in a day or two exactly about it, but that's the way it stands this morning. Okay. Anyway, it's still a good